Welcome to Miss Scarlett, the place to be feminine. Subscribe and enjoy. Come on, don't be shy. It'll be fun, I promise. My sister, Rachel, grinned at me, her blue eyes sparkling with excitement. We were home alone for the weekend, and she had an idea, a crazy idea. I don't know, Rach, this seems a bit out there. I shifted uncomfortably, eyeing the array of makeup, clothes, and accessories spread out on her bed. Aw, don't be a bore, Jake. Live a little. She pouted playfully, batting her eyelashes at me. I just want us to have some fun. It'll be our little secret. I ran a hand through my messy brown hair, considering her proposal. All right, fine, but only if you promise not to post any pictures online or tell a soul about this. Scout's honor. She held up a hand, her face serious for a moment, before breaking into a smile. Now, come on, let's get started. Whoa, slow down. I held up my hands in mock surrender. What exactly is your master plan here? Rachel's eyes lit up as she launched into her explanation. I want to transform you into my twin sister. We already look kind of similar, and with the right makeup and outfit, we could pass as identical twins. We can even go out and pretend to be sisters for a day. It'll be a blast. I couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. All right, Dr. Frankenstein, let's see what you've got. The first step, according to Rachel, was to get rid of my scruff. She produced an electric razor and gently guided me to the bathroom. You can't have a smooth base for the makeup with that scratchy beard of yours, she explained as she turned on the razor and began shaving my cheeks. I closed my eyes, surrendering to her expertise. The gentle buzz of the razor and the soft touch of her fingers soothed me, and I found myself relaxing into the experience. There, all done, she said, stepping back to admire her handiwork. I opened my eyes and peered into the mirror, barely recognizing the smooth-cheeked stranger looking back at me. Wow, I look different, Rachel giggled. Just you wait, this is only the beginning. Back in her bedroom, she settled me into a chair and began rummaging through her extensive makeup collection. Now for the real fun, she said, a mischievous glint in her eye. Rachel started by applying a layer of foundation, carefully blending it into my skin. The cool, creamy texture felt strange, yet pleasant on my face. I watched, transfixed, as she transformed my face with concealer, contour, and highlight, creating shadows and accents I didn't know existed. The transformation was mesmerizing. Okay, open your eyes wide. She held up a mascara wand, carefully coating my lashes, making them look longer and more voluminous. There, now for the eyeshadow. A palette of colors appeared, and she selected a shimmery pink shade, sweeping it across my eyelids. This will make your eyes pop, she explained, her concentration intense as she blended and smoked out the edges. A dark brown liner defined my eyes further, and false eyelashes completed the dramatic effect. Holy cow! I muttered, unable to recognize myself. My eyes, which had always been a dull shade of brown, now sparkled with an intense amber hue, framed by thick, dark lashes. You look amazing! Rachel beamed, clearly pleased with her handiwork. But we're not done yet. She reached for a lipstick, a deep cherry red, and carefully applied it to my lips, accentuating their fullness. There, she said, stepping back to survey her work. Now you're ready for the grand finale. The grand finale turned out to be a wig, long, wavy, and chestnut brown, matching Rachel's own hair. She helped me ease it on, adjusting it carefully so that it looked natural. All done. She clapped her hands, grinning from ear to ear. Now, go take a look. With a growing sense of anticipation, I walked over to the full-length mirror. The reflection startled me. There, Standing before me was not myself, but a stunning, identical twin of Rachel. I was speechless. "Well, what do you think?" Rachel appeared behind me, a proud smile on her face. I don't know what to say." I reached up, touching the wig subconsciously. "It's amazing." "I know, right? We could pass for sisters any day." She giggled, clearly thrilled with the result. I turned to face her, my eyes widening as I truly took in her appearance for the first time. We were dressed identically, in form-fitting jeans and a cute pink crop top, accentuating our slim figures. Our faces were mirror images, right down to the mole just above our lips. "This is insane, Rach! We really do look like twins!" "I know, she laughed, clearly delighted. "Now let's go show the world!" "Whoa, hold on." I held up my hands. "You want to go out like this?" "Of course! We can't keep this awesomeness cooped up inside. Come on! It'll be a blast!" I hesitated, a mix of excitement and nervousness swirling in my stomach. "Are you sure this is a good idea?" "Definitely!" Rachel grabbed my hand, enthusiasm radiating from her. "Let's go to the mall. We can walk around, do some shopping, and have a girly day out. It'll be so much fun." "Okay, let's do it." I grinned, feeling swept up in her infectious enthusiasm. Hand in hand, we ventured out into the summer afternoon, the warm sun shining down on us. I felt a thrill as we stepped into the busy mall, the hum of conversation and music filling the air. Heads turned as we walked by, and I felt a rush of excitement as people did double takes, clearly wondering if they were seeing double. "This is incredible," I whispered to Rachel as we strolled through the aisles, perusing the latest fashions. "I know, right?" She giggled, clearly loving the attention. "We're turning heads everywhere we go!" We spent the afternoon trying on clothes, sampling perfumes, and indulging in delicious treats at the food court. It was a side of Rachel I hadn't seen before, carefree, playful, and utterly unconcerned with the judgments of others. I found myself relaxing into the charade, enjoying the feeling of anonymity and the sense of freedom it brought. As the sun began to set, we made our way back home, still chatting animatedly about our adventure. "That was so much fun, Jake. We should definitely do it again sometime," Rachel said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Yeah, it was a blast." I smiled, feeling a warm glow as I remembered the looks of surprise and confusion we'd elicited. The weekend flew by, and before I knew it, it was Monday morning. Back to reality. I yawned and stretched, the familiar routine of the school week settling in. "Good morning, sleepyhead," Rachel sing-songed as she bounced into my room, a mischievous glint in her eye. "Ready for another fun-filled day?" "You know, I think I'll pass this time." I rubbed my eyes, still groggy from sleep. "I've got a big test today, so I should probably focus on that." "Aw, come on! When will we get another chance to have some real fun?" She pouted, her lips forming a perfect Cupid's bow. "You know, you kind of suit that lip color," I teased, remembering the cherry red lipstick she'd chosen for me yesterday. She stuck her tongue out playfully. "Oh, shut up! You loved every minute of it." I laughed, shaking my head. "All right, fine. You got me. It was fun." "That's the spirit!" Her eyes sparkled with excitement. "Now, come on, let's get you ready for school." "What? No way am I going to school like that!" I protested, remembering the extensive transformation of the previous day. "Of course not, silly." She rolled her eyes. "I'll do your sisterly duty and help you get ready like a regular guy, unless—" She paused, a teasing smile playing on her lips. "You want to tell Mom and Dad about our little adventure?" "No!" The word escaped my mouth faster than I could stop it. The thought of our parents finding out about our cross-dressing escapade sent a shiver down my spine. Fine, you win. Let's get this over with. That's more like it. Rachel grinned, already rummaging through my wardrobe. She held up a familiar pair of jeans and a t-shirt. Here, put these on. I rolled my eyes but complied, grateful that she was letting me off the hook so easily. As I dressed, she perched on my bed, watching me with a satisfied smile. You know, you make a pretty cute girl, Jake. I scowled at her. Thanks, I think. Anytime. She hopped off the bed and grabbed a comb from my dresser. Now hold still while I fix that messy hair of yours. I grimaced, but remained still as she ran the comb through my hair, taming the unruly locks. There, she said, stepping back to admire her handiwork. Much better. Can I go now? I asked, feigning exasperation. Yes, off you go. She shooed me away playfully. And good luck on your test today. Thanks, I'll need it, I muttered, making my way downstairs. As I grabbed a piece of toast and headed for the door, Rachel called out from the kitchen. Hey, Jake, wait up! I turned to see her holding something behind her back. What now? With a flourish, she produced a small pink cosmetics bag. Here, take this. What's this for? I eyed the bag warily. Just in case you feel like, I don't know, experimenting on your own. She winked, a conspiratorial glint in her eye. I felt my face flush, a mix of embarrassment and curiosity washing over me. Thanks, I guess. No problem. She grinned, clearly enjoying my flustered state. Have a great day. I mumbled a hasty goodbye and hurried out the door, my heart racing. As I walked to school, I found myself sneaking glances at the bag, curiosity getting the better of me. What would it be like to try this on my own? The day passed in a blur of tests and classes, and I barely had time to process the events of the weekend. It wasn't until I was walking home that I realized I still had Rachel's makeup bag with me. A sly smile spread across my face as I quickened my step, eager to experiment. Letting myself into the house, I headed straight for my room, locking the door behind me. Heart pounding with anticipation, I emptied the contents of the bag onto my bed. There were various items: lipsticks, eyeshadows, mascaras, and an instruction note from Rachel, outlining the steps to transform myself. Following her instructions carefully, I began the process. Foundation first, then concealer, the textures cool and creamy on my skin. I was surprised at how naturally it all came to me, remembering Rachel's techniques. The eyeshadow, a subtle brown shade, went on smoothly, and I even managed the tricky task of applying eyeliner without poking myself in the eye. I stepped back, admiring my handiwork so far. The transformation was already startling. Taking a deep breath, I applied a coat of mascara, my lashes lengthening and thickening, satisfyingly. Finally, I added a touch of lipstick, a soft pink shade, and blushed as I noticed how full and pouty my lips looked. Moving to the full-length mirror, I stood back, taking in the whole effect. I was stunned. There, before me, was a stunning, brown-haired beauty. I hardly recognized myself, and yet, there was a sense of familiarity from my weekend as Rachel's twin. I couldn't stop a smile from spreading across my face. A soft knock on the door startled me, and I quickly wiped the smile from my face. Yeah? It's me, Rach. Can I come in? Just a sec. I scrambled, hiding the makeup and wiping my face with a damp cloth. Okay, come in. The door opened, and Rachel entered, raising an eyebrow at my flustered state. Everything all right? Yeah, fine. I tried to act nonchalant, but my heart was pounding. She smiled, walking over to give me a hug. You seemed miles away. Just wanted to see how your test went. Oh, right. I cleared my throat. relieved that she hadn't noticed a trace of makeup. It was okay, I think. Hopefully, I passed. I'm sure you did great. She squeezed my shoulder. Anyway, I just came to say hi. Mom wants us to set the table for dinner. She made lasagna. Oh, great. My stomach rumbled at the mention of my favorite dish. Come on, let's go. She looped her arm through mine, and we headed downstairs together. Dinner passed in a lively conversation, with Mom and Dad recounting their day, and Rachel and I sharing funny anecdotes from school. As we cleared the table, Rachel shot me a knowing look, her eyes sparkling with mischief. I felt a rush of excitement, realizing she knew something was up. After helping with the dishes, I excused myself to my room, my heart racing. I heard Rachel's soft footsteps behind me and turned to find her leaning against the doorway, a playful smile on her face. So, she drawled, raising an eyebrow. What were you up to earlier? I felt my face flush. What do you mean? Don't play innocent with me, Jake. She pushed off the doorframe and sauntered into the room, closing the distance between us. I know you used the makeup. My heart pounded in my chest. How did you know? Call it sisterly intuition. She grinned, her eyes shining with amusement. Plus, I noticed a few telltale signs. Like what? I asked, cursing myself for not being more thorough with the cleanup. Oh, little things. A smudge of eyeshadow here, a hint of lipstick there. She gestured to her face, her expression mocking. Damn, I thought I'd cleaned it all off. I ran a hand through my hair, feeling sheepish. It's okay. She laughed, her eyes softening. I'm not mad. In fact, I'm kind of flattered. You are? I asked, surprised. Of course! She perched on the edge of my bed, her eyes fixed on me. It means you enjoyed our little game enough to play it again. I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. I did, actually. It was fun. So you're not mad at me for forcing you into this? She smiled, her eyes searching mine. No, of course not. I returned her smile. It was your crazy idea, after all. She laughed, a joyful sound that filled the room. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And I have to say, you make a pretty cute girl, bro. Gee, thanks. I rolled my eyes, feigning exasperation, even as my heart warmed at the compliment. Anytime. She winked. Now come on, let's get you cleaned up properly before Mom and Dad get suspicious. Together, we set about removing the makeup, this time more thoroughly. Rachel offered tips and tricks along the way, and I realized how much I'd enjoyed our shared secret. As we finished up, Rachel paused, a mischievous glint returning to her eye. You know, we should probably do something about that smooth face of yours. Mom and Dad will definitely notice if you suddenly have a beard tomorrow. I groaned, realizing she was right. Great. So now I have to walk around like a freshly shaved ape for the next few days? She laughed, a wicked edge to her smile. No need to be so dramatic. We can just say you're trying out a new skincare routine. Right. I rubbed my now stubbly jaw, feeling self-conscious. That'll definitely go over well. Come on, it'll be fine. Rachel slung an arm around my shoulder, her grin infectious. We're in this together, twin. I couldn't help but smile at her enthusiasm. All right, twin, let's go break the news to the rents. Hand in hand, we descended the stairs, ready to face the music. As we entered the living room, Mom looked up from her book, a curious expression on her face. Everything all right, you two? You seem to be getting along unusually well. I felt Rachel stiffen beside me, and I squeezed her hand reassuringly. Actually, Mom, we wanted to talk to you and Dad about something. Dad looked up from his newspaper, his bushy eyebrows raised in curiosity. Oh? What's this about? I took a deep breath, steeling myself. Well, you see, I'm trying out a new skincare routine, and I trailed off as I noticed Mom and Dad exchanging a confused glance. A skincare routine? Mom asked, her brow furrowed. What does that mean, honey? Well, you see, I faltered, struggling to find the right words. Rachel jumped in, an easy smile on her face. It's just something Jake and I wanted to try. You know, a bit of self-care and all that. Dad lowered his newspaper, a hint of suspicion creeping into his eyes. And what exactly does this self-care entail? I felt my face growing warm under their scrutiny. Well, I'm going to start using some, skin products. Moisturizers, exfoliators, that sort of thing. I see. Mom leaned forward, her eyes narrowing slightly. And why the sudden interest in skincare, Jake? Oh, you know. I waved a dismissive hand, my heart pounding. Just trying to take better care of myself. It's, good for your skin in the long run, apparently. Dad grunted, clearly not entirely convinced. Rachel squeezed my hand under the table, giving me an encouraging smile. It's totally normal, Mom, Dad. Lots of guys are into this stuff these days. I suppose. Mom's gaze flickered between us, her eyes sharp. Well, as long as you're both happy and healthy, that's all that matters. I let out a silent sigh of relief, feeling the tension in my shoulders ease. Thanks, Mom. We just wanted to let you know so you don't freak out if Jake's face looks a little, smoother than usual. Absolutely. Dad nodded, a hint of amusement lurking in his eyes. We wouldn't want to be alarmed by our son's glowing complexion. I forced a laugh, hoping they couldn't hear the hammering of my heart. Exactly. Well, as long as it's not some crazy trend or fad. Mom's eyes narrowed further, but her expression softened as she noticed my discomfort. We don't want you wasting your money on gimmick products, honey. Of course not, Mom. I tried to sound casual, fighting the urge to squirm under their intense gaze. It's just, you know, self-care, Sunday, and all that. Rachel snorted, covering it with a cough. Yeah, totally. Dad scratched his chin, the newspaper forgotten in his lap. Well, your mother and I are glad you're taking an interest in your appearance, Jake. It's important to take pride in your hygiene and presentation. Absolutely, Dad. I nodded, grateful for his support. Just make sure you're not spending all your allowance on these products. Mom's brow furrowed again, her maternal instincts kicking in. They can be quite expensive, and you need to learn to manage your money wisely. Don't worry, Mom. I'll be careful. I smiled, my shoulders relaxing as the mood seemed to lighten. I'll do my research and only buy what I need. That's our sensible boy. Dad folded the newspaper and set it aside. Well, I'm glad we had this little chat. It's always good to stay informed about what our kids are up to.
Thanks for watching, my girlies! Be sure to check out Patreon for more!